So let's talk about the prison of the mind, understanding the ego, and how we can spiritually awaken. The human mind is a complex construct, deeply influenced by societal conditioning, personal experiences, and inherited beliefs. Among the most powerful forces shaping our perception is the ego, which acts as both a survival mechanism and a self imposed limitation. The ego traps us in a framework of thought that defines what is real and possible, constructing a mental prison that confines our perception. This video will go into the nature of the ego, the limitations that it imposes, and the illusory nature of reality. In the process of spiritual awakening that allows us to transcend our self imposed constraints. So let's talk about the construct of the ego. The ego is the part of the self that forms identity, personal preferences, and attachment to experiences. It's built through interactions with the external world and reinforced by societal norms, past experiences, and cultural narratives. While the ego serves a practical purpose in helping individuals navigate life, it also creates rigid definitions of the self and reality, which can be quite limiting. Let's talk about the unconscious and the conscious ego. The ego manifests in both conscious and unconscious forms. The conscious ego allows self awareness and adaptability, while the unconscious ego dictates rigid behavior and beliefs without an individual's recognition. The unconscious ego is very much rigid, unable to change or recognize its own construction, making it a formidable barrier to growth and self realization. So, how does the ego construct reality and make it into a mental prison? Reality as perceived by individuals is heavily filtered through the ego. Thoughts, emotions, and conditioned beliefs determine how one interprets the world. Since the ego is largely shaped by external influences, it keeps us confined within a limited scope of understanding, often reinforcing illusions rather than allowing people to see things as they truly are. So, how do we escape this social conditioning, these mental chains that have been imposed? From birth, we are conditioned to accept a structured version of reality. Education systems, media, family expectations, and cultural narratives shape our beliefs and perceptions. These structures reinforce the idea that the world operates in a fixed manner, discouraging independent thought and spiritual exploration. So, what is the role of awareness in awakening from the matrix of the ego? The first step towards spiritual awakening is awareness. Just as Neo in the Matrix begins to question his reality, individuals must become aware of the constructed nature of our perceptions. This process often begins with an inner discontent, a feeling that something is not quite right. So, how do we search for truth? Well, once awareness sets in, the next phase is the search for truth itself. This often involves seeking spiritual teachers, philosophies, or experiences that challenge our previously held notions and ideas of reality. As individuals gain new insights, they begin to see through the illusions that their ego has carefully built, breaking those mental chains. True awakening involves a deep dismantling of previously held beliefs. It requires letting go of attachments to identity, success, failure, and society's approval. This process can be difficult as it involves confronting fears and uncertainties, but it is necessary for genuine reflection and freedom. So let's talk about the path to spiritual freedom. Let's talk about letting go of the illusionary world. Awakening is not about gaining new knowledge, but about unlearning conditioned illusions. It's a process of shedding old paradigms and allowing reality to reveal itself as it truly is. So to live beyond that ego, we have to get ego's grip to be loosened, and then we can live with greater authenticity and freedom. We're no longer bound by society's expectations or our personal fears. Instead, we operate from a space of clarity, presence, and deeper understanding. Therefore, we conclude that the ego constructs a mental prison that has limited perception and personal growth. Through awareness, questioning, and letting go of old ideas, we can break free from the constraints of the mind. True spiritual awakening is a journey beyond the illusions of the ego, allowing one to experience life with a greater sense of freedom and personal authenticity. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you're new here, this is a safe space. If you're returning, I love and appreciate you so much, and I'm glad that you're back. In the name of the Most High God, I wish you health, wealth, prosperity, and abundance. Blessings and protection. Signing off. Take care. Have a great day.